Welcome back. Dubai holds the fourth largest ratio of supply per capita of any major global city behind London, Paris and New York. As the Emirates' levels of office stock increases ahead of demand, experts say office vacancies in Dubai's financial centre could hit 40% over the next couple of years. With lower competitive prices in newer properties, how are commercial property rates holding out? To discuss this today, we're joined by Stephen Morgan, the head of the Cluttons UAE. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having Cluttons on the show.
Now, a report earlier this month revealed by Cluttons says that lower rates in areas such as Business Bay and Jumeirah Lake Towers have pushed rates in the DIFC down as well. How have landlords reacted to this and what's sort of going on there anyway?
Well, I think we need to, if we look at the wider sort of office market throughout the UAE, there's well-documented oversupply. Everybody knows that. And clearly where you have an oversupply situation, you're going to have downward pressure on rents. So there is really no area within the office market throughout Dubai and possibly the UAE that hasn't been affected by the oversupply situation, DIFC included. I think you need to look at DIFC in some isolation, however, because it is a free zone and it's the financial centre. But clearly there remains to be significant downward pressure on rents and one would expect that to continue for some time as supply continues to increase.
So how have landlords reacted to it as well? Is there any sort of note on that at all?
Yeah, I think landlords are starting to be more realistic in terms of the rents that they are asking. I think there is a very positive angle to this. I think, as I've mentioned before, that Dubai is very well placed to take advantage of the global recovery, which will come over the next 18 months to 2 years. We now have office space for the international businesses that want to locate here and that are already possibly located here in what is potentially substandard accommodation. So there is a positive angle at the moment.
Definitely. So in terms of Abu Dhabi, there've been there's been a spate of new property there. Tell us about the sort of leasing arrangements there in the sort of prime areas of the capital city.
Okay, again, I would say that Abu Dhabi is probably 6 to 9 months behind Dubai in terms of the property cycle. So the downward pressure of rents in Abu Dhabi isn't quite as strong at the moment as it is in Dubai, but I think that pressure will come, and already we're starting to see rents in Abu Dhabi softening. And again, I think that's a positive opportunity for businesses in the capital to relocate into new space.
Definitely. So how common are distressed sales in the sector?
Distressed sales is one of those things. What is a distressed sale at the end of the day? Yes, prices are lower than they were and people are selling potentially below what they bought for. But in terms of distressed sales, that's quite hard to get a handle on.
Definitely. So in terms of international interest as well, in investments into the UAE, what's happening there? Has there been a lot of interest at all there?
Yeah, your general speculative investor isn't necessarily there at the moment, but what Cluttons are seeing is there are an awful lot of funds coming into the marketplace that are looking for internationally acceptable, institutional grade investments. So we're talking about income producing investments, and that's generally whole office buildings, retail parades, industrial units. So very much opportunity there for the international funds, but your average man on the street, the international money that was coming in and buying 1 or 2 units isn't there at the moment.
Right. So in terms of the future, I mean, what's the next sort of 5 years? Is there a sort of investment sort of plan in that respect?
Yeah, I think there's a very positive outlook. I think funds are coming back into the UAE with a more realistic approach to the marketplace. The vulture funds that we were seeing 18 months ago seem to have left the market, and funds are coming back with a more long-term view. And as a result of that, I think there's an opportunity for the marketplace to create international sort of institutional acceptable investments, which haven't really been there in the UAE over the last 5 years. So we're talking long-term leases, we're talking more stable income over a period of time, which is a settling and maturing effect on the market.
Definitely. Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for today, but thank you so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's it from the business desk. You can contact us at ib@city7tv.com. Up next, Natasha Thomas has more details on the Sharjah Book Fair, where over 200,000 titles are up for grabs.